Hello, everyone. Today, I'm delving into a fascinating subject that has intrigued the minds of many young and attractive individuals. Let's unveil 15 captivating and pivotal facts about Steve Jobs that might have slipped past your awareness. To kick things off, let's start with the revelation that Steve Jobs was adopted. Born on February 24, 1955, to Abdul Fattah Jandali and Joanne Scable, Jobs faced the unique circumstance of being born to parents from different religious backgrounds, Jandali from a Muslim background and Scable from a Catholic one. Unmarried at the time of Scable's pregnancy, she sought refuge in California for the birth while both were studying at the University of Wisconsin. Eventually putting Jobs up for adoption, Scable and Jandali later had a daughter whom they chose to keep. Moving on to the second surprising fact about Jobs, he was a college dropout. Despite the common belief in a college degree as a pathway to professional success, Jobs, hailing from a working-class background, departed from Reed College after just 6 months due to financial strains on his family. Interestingly, Jobs later disclosed that a calligraphy class he took at Reed played a pivotal role in inspiring the earliest typography used in Mac computers. Now, onto the third intriguing detail: Jobs' signature black turtleneck wasn't just a fashion choice. It stemmed from his employees' aversion to a company uniform. Reflecting the sleek design philosophy of Apple products, Jobs' iconic wardrobe, featuring a black turtleneck, jeans, and sneakers, was crafted by the innovative Japanese designer Issei Miyake. Initially inspired by the minimalist Miyake-designed uniforms worn by Sony employees in Tokyo during the 80s, Jobs sought to implement a similar uniform for Apple. However, faced with resistance from his employees, Jobs compromised by adopting the signature Miyake turtleneck. The fourth surprising insight into Jobs' life is that he didn't possess the technological acumen one might expect. Despite his profound impact on the tech world, Jobs was renowned among his colleagues for business acumen and creativity rather than technical expertise. According to Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak, who worked alongside Jobs until 1985, he did not know technology. He'd never designed anything as a hardware engineer, and he didn't know software. He wanted to be important, and the important people are always the business people. So that's what he wanted to do. Now, onto the fifth revelation that might catch you off guard: Steve Jobs' earliest computer recently fetched nearly $500,000 at an auction. The Apple I, the first desktop model introduced in 1976 and initially priced at $666.66, made its way to a Christie's auction in 2019, still in working condition. This relic of the 70s was snatched up by an anonymous buyer for approximately $470,000. Surprise number 6 would be that a decade before meeting his wife Lauren Powell, Steve had a romantic involvement with 60s musical icon Joan Baez in 1982. Describing their connection as a serious relationship between two accidental friends who became lovers, Jobs found himself linked to Baez, who had previously dated Bob Dylan and collaborated with him in the 60s and 70s. And now, the seventh intriguing fact about Jobs is his experimentation with psychedelic drugs. Embracing the counterculture of the 70s, Jobs, alongside his friend and future employee Daniel Kottke, delved into the world of LSD. The eighth captivating detail about Jobs is his near passage into monkhood. In 1974, he embarked on a journey to India, intending to stay at the Neem Karoli ashram for spiritual enlightenment. However, upon arrival, he discovered Neem Karoli's passing the previous year, prompting a shift in his plans. Redirecting his journey, he spent 7 months at the ashram of Haidakan Babaji before returning to the U.S. This experience sparked Jobs' embrace of Zen Buddhism, eventually contemplating becoming a monk at Eiheiji in Japan. Now, onto the ninth fact: Jobs named an Apple computer after his daughter. His first child, Lisa Nicole Brennan Jobs, was born on May 17, 1978, to Jobs and his on-and-off girlfriend, Chrisanne Brennan. Despite Jobs initially denying responsibility for the pregnancy, he and Brennan named their daughter together. Jobs then named the Apple computer he was working on the Apple Lisa, publicly stating it stood for Local Integrated Systems Architecture. However, he later admitted that the project was indeed named after his daughter. The 10th revelation is that Steve Jobs married one of his students. In 1989, during a lecture at Stanford Graduate School of Business, Jobs first encountered his future wife, Lauren Powell, who sat in the front row. After the lecture, Jobs invited Powell to dinner, and the two eventually tied the knot at the Ahwahnee Hotel in Yosemite National Park on March 18, 1991. Surprise number 11 is that Jobs met his biological sister at the age of 27. Being adopted, Jobs took considerable time to discover information about his biological family. At the age of 27, he tracked down his sister, Mona Simpson, an author whose first book, Anywhere But Here, explored her relationship with their parents, Jobs' biological family. The 12th remarkable detail about Steve Jobs is that in 1986, he provided funding for the graphics group, which eventually evolved into Pixar. Initially, a subsidiary under Disney, Jobs' investment led to Pixar becoming an independent spin-off company. The collaboration with Disney resulted in the first Pixar film, Toy Story, 1995, where Jobs, credited as executive producer, played a significant role. Disney reacquired Pixar in 2006, and as part of the takeover, Pixar shares were converted into Disney shares, briefly making Jobs one of Disney's largest shareholders. Now, onto the 13th fact, Jobs holds over 300 patents. While the precise number varies, Jobs is credited as either the sole inventor or co-inventor in 43 patents for inventions and numerous others related to design. These patents cover a diverse range, including speakers, staircases, packages, power adapters, phones, and more. Jobs even received a patent for the Mac OS X dock user interface the day before his passing. Since then, an additional 141 patents have been granted in his name, showcasing his enduring impact on innovation. The 14th revelation is that Jobs underwent a liver transplant. Diagnosed with cancer, specifically a pancreatic tumor, in 2003, Jobs initially pursued alternative treatments, potentially contributing to his early demise. After surgery to remove the tumor in 2004, the cancer returned in 2006. Tim Cook, Apple's current CEO, offered a part of his liver due to their rare blood type. In April 2009, Jobs underwent a successful liver transplant at the Methodist University Hospital Transplant Institute in Memphis, Tennessee. In January 2011, Apple granted him medical leave to focus on his health. And finally, the 15th fact, Jobs had a net worth of $10.2 billion at the time of his death in 2011. From a net worth of $1 million in 1978 at the age of 23, Jobs' financial stature skyrocketed to $250 million just 2 years later. The majority of his wealth in 2011 came from his Disney stock rather than Apple. And with that, these were the 15 surprising facts about Steve Jobs that you may not have been aware of.